In issue 4 of She-Hulk's 2004 run, Jen Walters and her partner-in-law, Pug, are standing on a rooftop with a makeshift spider signal, hoping the webhead turns up. And when he does, Pug offers him some help, some legal help, against one of his biggest foes. No, not Doc Ock, Venom, or even Electro. The next day, J Jonah Jameson is in his office complaining to the police that someone shined a giant Spider-Man symbol on his building last night, when randomly, Clint Eastwood walks in, asking if he could sign something for him, and J Jonah Jameson is flattered, of course. But as his bubblegum pops, he's revealed to be a shapeshifter, and he's actually just been served by your friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man. Spider-Man is suing J Jonah Jameson. Back at his place, Peter is discussing the case with MJ, wondering what he should buy with all the millions he's gonna win, but she quickly reminds him that he won't be able to spend any of it on himself, because he's legally not Spider-Man, so he will more than likely have to give it away to charity or something like that. And meanwhile, in a lair somewhere, the Scorpion sees the front page of the newspaper and realises this is the perfect chance to take down his two biggest enemies at once, Spider-Man and Jameson. On the day of the court hearing, Pug calls Jameson's son to the stand, and Jameson thinks he has it all wrapped up already. That's my son, what could go wrong? But Jonah's son is actually the first guy Spider-Man has ever saved, so he's on his side. He tells the story of how his ship was on a collision course with Earth, and if Spider-Man wasn't there to help, he wouldn't be here today. Meanwhile, Jameson ran a story saying Spider-Man was the one to sabotage the ship, which was completely false. Another witness tells the court how Jameson wouldn't leave him alone unless he arrested Spider-Man, because he was secretly a supervillain in disguise, like Electro. But Jameson blames Peter Parker for that. It was his photography that got the picture, and to be fair, he did look like Electro. A worker at the Daily Bugle tells a story of how Jameson blatantly knew a warehouse fire was caused by Doctor Doom, and instead tried to blame it on Spider-Man, because it would sell more papers, and in turn, make him more money. They bring in some graphs showing that readership and revenue went up 300% every time Spider-Man was mentioned. And the last witness Mr. Pug calls to the stand is none other than Spider-Man himself. Jameson calls for foul play, saying, how do you even know it's him? But Mr. Pug has an Avengers issued scanner, and it's able to prove that this is in fact the Amazing Spider-Man. They show him all the false headlines from over the years, and he's able to explain each one, proving Jonah is a liar. And Spider-Man eventually announces to the court that he's figured it out. After all these years, he knows why Jameson hates him so much. It's because he's black. I can't believe he said that. Jameson panics and he doesn't know what to do or say, but Spidey eventually tells him he's messing. That's when suddenly Spider-Man gets news from a local speedster that there is danger heading to the court, so him and Jen head out to handle it. Meanwhile, Jonah is getting berated. Pug's asking him whether or not he created the Scorpion, the Fly, the Spider Slayers, and about how he employed so many villains over the years. It's actually outrageous. And after Spidey and Jen handle the Scorpion outside, Pug is making his final statements, saying maybe Jonah has been the actual menace after all, and Spider-Man just cleans up his messes. Later, in a coffee shop, Peter is meeting with MJ, and while they're sitting down having some lunch, MJ is chewing some familiar bubblegum, and as it pops, she morphs into someone else, revealing the shapeshifter from before. Peter is being served. On day 2 of the trial, Peter is being asked about the fake photos he's taken for the paper, and then he's asked what the story is with him dressing up as Spider-Man to get better shots. Peter Parker is being included in the suit, so if Spider-Man wins, he has to pay himself millions of dollars that he doesn't have, but he'll legally have to give it to the court. So eventually the next day, Spider-Man goes to the lawyer's office and decides he wants to settle. No big payout, no loads of cash. He doesn't want any money. He only wants one thing: Jameson and Peter to have to hand out public apologies for the entire business day, dressed in giant chicken suits. What the fuck? Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this little lighthearted story. It's nothing too serious, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.